You're about to listen to our program Eng. We don't know why, however we are grateful you chose to. We do wish to inform you that the views, opinions and overall morality do not necessarily reflect those of the station, interview guests, sponsors or musical entities. If you should choose to continue, and we sincerely hope that you do, just know, we tried to advise you against these actions and we are not responsible for any damage done to your sanity, morals or ideals. Thank you. Here comes the terrible siren.
One of us. One of us.
What the hell is this?
I am aware
I am a humble man.
that you feel you don't belong.
I won't say you should follow me.
You are welcome. You are loved. Join us, and we shall reach the promised plain.
I'm not boastful, and my chorus is more soulful.
One of joy, one lacking pain. We are the cult of Ah. I am aware that you feel you don't belong.
I don't wanna, you don't need it. Once again, we are reaching what I'm needing. Don't say it, I can see it.
Join us.
I don't wanna, you don't
We
need
shall
it.
reach
Once
the
again,
promised
we are
plain.
reaching.
One of joy, one lacking pain. We are the cult of Ah.
Stop it. Stop it, stop it, stop it, stop it, stop it.
Well, I'm going to
All
talk
right,
as
there
if
we
they
go.
can hear me.
Yeah.
Okay.
No idea what the hell happened there. The audio's been acting funky for the last day and a half.
Yeah.
So I don't know. I'm sorry, ladies and gentlemen. I don't know what happened there or why things are being as dumb as they are.
We don't have to make things up. That was a moment of silence for our fallen brother.
Who?
Ace, he's sick.
Oh no, actually Ace is feeling better. Ace is actually getting ready to leave us very soon.
Very cool.
Somebody didn't put his phone on silent.
No.
I am right now, though.
Shame.
The
For
shame.
shame.
You would think it was my first day.
Boo this man! Okay, so yeah, Ace is getting ready to go off on another cross-country trip with his brother.
Oh, very cool.
They are getting ready to pull out next week. They
Always a solid choice.
are pulling out.
Yes.
It is the Brothers Martin 2022 Double Back Again tour. And we put up merch for them this time as they're getting ready to leave. So if people want, over the course of their trip, they're going to be gone for about a month or so. They can pick up merch from the Little Shop of Oddities. But they are their journey will begin at a campground in Carbondale, Illinois. It is called Crab Orchard Campground. And we will be getting new Captain Ron reports.
Captain
Ron! And we will be posting pictures from their trip along the way. We'll create a Captain Ron 2022.
I love it.
Yeah, we're excited to see the adventures that they have this time around.
I followed along on Ace's Facebook last trip that they had, but I have a new Facebook now. And
So
I'm
you-
hoping he has accepted my friend request. But if not,
Oh,
I
that's
totally understand.
That's a whole nother issue.
Yeah, I wouldn't accept you either.
Yeah.
That's not what I meant. Okay.
I went to a previous employment of mine and purchased a pizza the other day. Sent a friend request to an old coworker. She was like, "I'm going to decline you," and I was like, "You probably should."
Yeah, it's wise. But I'm excited for the Captain Ron reports. We'll be getting him via phone. He'll be calling the Cult of Odds Fun Time Hotline, which you can call too anytime you want. It's 734-407-7674. Leave us a message, and who knows, it might make it to air.
I have left a couple of messages. 3.
Yeah.
In its entirety.
I'm going to vomit. Oh, I'm nauseous.
I'm nauseous.
I'm nauseous. Also,
Rocco's Modern Life. I
yes,
mean,
I'm aware.
I knew you would know.
Yeah. Also, we're bringing back Tell Me a Story. You don't have to worry. I'm not going to hit you with one tonight.
I'll think of one.
You don't have to.
Got a few.
We've actually brought back Tell Me a Story, and so we have a friend of the show, Kraith TV. Kraith is helped by compiling and putting together the supercut of the interviews.
Oh, that turned out so good too.
It did.
When you were listening to it, I was just laughing, dude.
And he also helped with a new intro for the Tell Me a Story segment. So those will be going up to YouTube. What I'm doing is all the old ones I have, I'm going to repackage them so they fit for the Cult of Odd. And then as I get new interviews and talk to new people, I am going to get a Tell Me a Story out of them. I've also reached out to people, the folks that I've already interviewed, and told them that if they're interested in coming back for like 5-10 minutes to go through the Tell Me a Story segment with me and tell me a story, they are more than welcome to. And I've seen a couple of people that were interested already, so
I love it.
Should be fun.
I didn't realize how talented Kraith was. I had followed along when he first got started in his streaming and gaming and all that, and then I would see things on Facebook, you know, like, oh, I'm getting into Unity, I'm trying to build games, I'm doing this, I'm doing that, but I never like got into it. I never delved, you know. Wow, like looking like after he's connected with you, I've seen some more stuff that he's doing. I'm like, it's amazing.
Yeah. Well, speaking of which, Unity building and whatnot, he is actually participating in a game building contest. They have 10 days to build a game.
10 game days.
Oh, God, no. That's like an hour, depending on the game.
Okay, so even just 10, like, regular days, though.
That's a really
fast.
short time.
Yeah.
But he, as far as I know, he's building like a 2D pixel art style game. He's given me a little bit of info as to what type of game or the idea that he's going with.
Sure.
I believe 7 days into the competition is when the voting opens. So technically, he has 7 days to get a game up that somebody can play.
Very cool.
Because people can go play the game and then vote for him. We're going to be sharing the information on where you can go sign up to get updated about his game when it gets uploaded.
I'm playing this game, dude.
Oh yeah, same.
I bought a Ryzen 7 machine just for this type of stuff.
Yeah,
you know?
So
push the limits, Rye.
It's a 2D pixel art game, man.
A Ryzen 7 machine to play Stardew Valley 24/7.
Listen, okay, I still play.
I got a Ryzen 9, and I'm playing Tiger Electronic handheld games.
I play old Super
You
Nintendo and
played
Sega
Raft
games.
with
Still,
me. That's the first game you played on that machine.
Yeah.
the story building, you know, like it's a lost art. I mean, like it still exists to this day, but a lot of it has fallen to cutscenes and videos. You know, we're watching movies and then just playing games.
We're
and
playing
then watching movies. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Which is cool.
That's what it always felt like during like Fallout
For the most
games.
part.
Yeah, but like, you know, growing up with Nintendo and Super Nintendo
What
and
did
all
I
that
say?
fun stuff, it was solely based off of reading. You know, you played a 2D game.
Yeah.
You walked around a map and you did things. Sure.
I'm going to tell you what, I probably missed a ton of stories as a kid because I was just like, come on.
I was always in it for the story because my brother, you know, being the youngest, I was the youngest. I was always the power leveler. You're not allowed to advance the story. Well, fuck you. Why not? You know, I get it now. Looking back on it, I'd have done the same.
Yeah. Well, see, but my thing was just tell me the story as I'm playing the game. Tell me the story while I'm playing the game. Don't fucking slow me down and make me read a bunch. Or
Well, it does. They did. And then, like, the parts that I liked about it, you know, years later, we're replaying Super Nintendo games, my brother and I remember all the secrets. Because, like, I was watching like a hawk. I'm like, go this way for the treasure, this way for the continuing, you know? He's like, how do you remember this? You never let me play.
no, see, I like games like Max Payne where, like, if they did have a cutscene, it was usually pretty short, and most of your story was like told through the gameplay.
Yeah.
You know, but yeah, if you're gonna slow me down, at least hire voice actors to read it to me because I'm playing a fucking game, not reading a goddamn book.
Yeah, in today's day and age, even since like 2005 and stuff, you better have a voice actor.
Yeah.
I would hate that.
If I want to read a book, I'll read a book. I don't have any problems with that. I've got a controller in my hand for a reason.
I want to be in control.
Yeah. So anyways, we're going to be pushing Kraith's stuff. Go check out the YouTube channel and see the Tell Me a Story intro that he created. It's absolutely awesome. We're going to be posting all of the old Tell Me a Story segments. I mentioned the merch for the Captain Ron tour that they're doing. There's a 20% off sale running from the 15th to the 20th. So for the next 5 days, go pick yourself up some discounted Cult of Odd merch.
That design that you showed me for Hootis,
Hootis.
for being early and everything.
Yeah.
Oh, that cracked me up because, like, I relate, bud. I relate.
Yeah, for those of you that don't know, there's a design up on the store for Hootis. We told him if he showed up early for a solid month, we would make him his own T-shirt design.
Yeah.
And it says, I came early.
In its gooey greatness.
I want to say hello to everyone in the chat room. Captain Ron!
Captain Ron!
Hootis and Nicole are in the chat. My lovely wife, Holly, is sitting over there. She's only going to be with us for part of it. There's one topic that she wanted to actually get in on. And
that's it. Then I'll be leaving.
Yeah, that's fine. That's totally understandable. So the topic is specifically social media influencers. If you pay attention to the Cult of Odd in any way, shape, or form, you've seen blog articles coming up, posting. This one was one that I wanted to tackle. So social media influencers are bullshit. I know some people knew this already, but others only suspected it, and some are just like, oh, look at their life. It's so wonderful.
Yeah,
I'm going to follow that.
Really buy into it.
Yeah. And I want you to know, this article has two meanings to it. And then the first one is, it's all bullshit. Do you know for the price of a $12 toilet seat, you can fake flying anywhere in the world? Because the toilet seat shape looks exactly like a fucking airplane window.
Really?
Yes. All you have to do is put like a picture or something behind it.
Sure.
And then just hold it up at the right angle and get the right shot, and yeah, boom.
Yeah.
That's it.
I love it.
Yeah. You go to people like Kim Kardashian's page or any number of the social media influencers that are out there that everyone follows or pays attention to for some goddamn reason. You see their inflated fucking follower numbers.
I thought you were going to say ego.
Yeah, well, you see that too. But you see like 7 million followers or some shit like that. Do you know you can fucking buy followers? They're bots. You can buy followers, likes, and comments.
Mm-hmm.
Usually, if you go to a post and see a bunch of emojis in the comments, like that's it, that's all it is, oh yeah, that's a bot. That's a bot that's running. And most of the followers are bots.
Yeah. Because
they want to look more important than what they feel they already are.
It forces the algorithm to throw it into real people's face, and then hopefully you catch, 200, 300, whatever, and then build off of that.
Yeah. Well, and that's the other thing, too, is the algorithm is bullshit.
Yeah. I mean, yes and no, I guess. Because it has to exist, right?
Okay.
I don't mean that the algorithm itself is non-existent, as in bullshit.
Mm-hmm.
It's just the way the
It's
algorithm
a piece of
is.
shit.
Yeah, it's a piece of shit.
So, just because of morbid curiosity, I went and looked up how much. You said Kim Kardashian.
Just off the top
I
of my
know,
head.
because it's the first one, and that's a thing. It's a household name
Yeah.
off of influencing alone because of a sex tape. But
Yep.
I will
She got
always
famous
discredit-
because Ray J put it up her butt.
that's it. That's all it was. That and Paris Hilton. She was Paris Hilton's lackey for years. But I went and looked it up, and on Twitter alone, she's had 72 million followers. On Instagram, she has 300 million followers.
I don't know if you saw either of those sex tapes.
No, I didn't.
Oh, God, they were bad.
They were terrible.
Like film quality?
No, like boring.
bad.
Like, just boring.
So, I mean, they weren't on set, right? Like, this is a house...
Okay.
This is a home movie, right? Like a homebrew?
I would normally ask you if you consider your sex when you are able to have it boring.
I'm a virgin.
But you're... I doubt you're a virgin.
We've
but-
dropped off girls from your house in the morning when you've cornered us into that.
Those were just a friend, and you weren't cornered.
No.
You just arrived too early.
You
have that same problem.
You told us what time to show up. We showed him. You're like, hey, this is so and so. Can you give her a ride home? It's just around the corner. Like, no. What the?
You can usually figure if you tell me a time, I'm going to be 5 to 10 minutes early.
Yeah, I fully expect you to be exactly on time.
No. No.
So I was running the wire, sure. But, I don't know. You know what?
Text me after they leave.
Fair. But we had plans.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I was going to make you wait.
Well, good.
Oh, shut up.
Kick the bitch out the door. Go,
Anyway.
go.
I did.
Come on.
We kicked ourselves. Yes.
Anyways, so you were saying household names.
No, we were talking about a
Oh, the-
homebrew movie.
Oh yeah, I'm sorry. The sex tape itself was boring as fuck to watch. Like the most vanilla, other than the fact that she took it up the ass.
Okay.
The most vanilla, lame sex you ever seen. Paris Hilton's was the same.
Right. I saw
in
that
fact,
one, actually.
I don't honestly think that I've seen, other than the Pam and Tommy sex tape,
A real
worthwhile sex tape from a celebrity. It's you lose your sex appeal to me that way. You know, everyone builds up in their head it's going to be this wild time, and then we see you planking for 45 minutes.
Yeah, fair. But that's why you don't see them as much. It's not like they don't exist.
Well,
they just have a team of lawyers.
No, they only exist
And
because
money
they needed
to make
notoriety at
films.
that point. There's nothing in this world that isn't telling me that at this point sex tapes don't get leaked. Mm-hmm. They get released.
Yeah. No, 100%. It's funny how you opened with influencers are bullshit, because when I worked at the gas station, there was this guy, absolutely batshit crazy, right? And he'd come in like, I'm a social influencer and this and that, and blah, 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 blah. And I'm like, this dude's fucking crazy. So when the older lady would, relieve my shift, if he was there, I'm like, yo, this dude's crazy. I'm going to stay a little while. Like, watch this guy. He's absolutely batshit out of his mind. But the other half, I liked the beginning half of that blog you wrote for this, and how you were like, that's actually a plagiarized.
Oh yeah, yeah. So like, the first half of the article is essentially plagiarized.
Yeah.
Like, so I stole
Allegedly.
it. No. I no. There is no allegedly to it. I stole it from the HBO post about Fake Famous, the documentary that I ended up watching.
Okay.
And what I did is I copied it paragraph by paragraph and then ran it through a website that fixes plagiarism issues. It rewords things.
Okay.
And that was part of the post. Like, I was told I needed to play into the algorithm, and I went fucking meta with it.
Yeah.
Like, and that is what entertained me most about this, is like, I used tools that are set up for people like that, and wrote an entire post about it. Originally, when I was talking about the change in how we're doing things, too, with the articles and whatnot, I was like, I could just steal a couple of articles a week and just run them through that website I know of.
Right.
And just have them rewritten and put my own content with it.
Yeah.
And Ollie looked at me and she was like, yeah, you could. And the way she said, yeah, you could, was very disapproving. And I was like, all right, I'm not going to do it.
Maybe.
Hold on, I'm going to sort of do it.
Maybe do it one time.
Yeah. Well,
You can
and
see how much
prove it.
my opinion matters.
But that was the point of the article, though. It fit for that because it was pointing out that, there's the algorithms, the keywords, the analytics, the hashtags, the bots, the rewriting of text and stuff. Mm-hmm. All of these tools are at the disposal of all these websites that we see on a regular basis. We see them on Facebook. They're the articles that like might have a catchy title and you get into them and they're total clickbait and it's nothing but fucking ads.
If you get into them, you're amongst the select few there.
Yeah.
Because a lot of people, myself, I've been guilty of it. I read the headline. I'm like, that matches up with the opinion I've already established. Share, and then another one of my friends, such as yourself, will pop in and go, did you even read this?
Yeah.
Whoops.
Yeah.
No, I did not.
Sometimes I do.
Well, and like all of the images and stuff that were used here, I created myself technically,
You did.
but I used other means, like the one where it looks like hot influencers in your area. The image that's in there, the person in the picture doesn't exist.
Right.
I went to that website, this person doesn't exist, and clicked generate a couple of times until I got one that I was like, okay, yeah, I'll use that one. Like, think about that. There are websites available where you can remove the background on pictures, and it'll take the person, and you can put them anywhere you want. I have been doing it like mad, making thumbnails and blog images to play into the algorithm.
National news broadcasting places do this.
Yes.
Yeah.
So that's the other thing too, is playing into the algorithm. I have found it sort of worked a little bit. I was able to go from 427 followers on
last week?
at the beginning of the week,
Yeah.
Monday.
and in
Okay.
4 days
Sunday night,
I'm
Monday
at
morning.
535.
Yeah.
So
It
I
is working.
I gained 100 followers on TikTok out of nowhere. Well, not out of nowhere, but in the content.
Playing
But you
the
didn't buy. You
algorithm-
didn't buy them.
No, I didn't.
So I mean,
No, playing the algorithm works. And
Yeah.
there's a reason it works. It's because those algorithms have been tailored. There's a lot of engineering and a lot of social engineering that go into making those algorithms.
yeah, 100%.
They do work. If you can tap into them, run with it.
So the point of the article was my real frustration. Influencers were just the way to open the door to talk about what my real frustration is.
What's your real frustration?
Everyone yells and screams about remakes and how nobody has any original ideas. But God forbid content creators step outside the already overcrowded box with something somewhat different.
Yeah.
That's my frustration, is us content creators, we get ignored by the masses and pushed to the bottom of the pile of the algorithm and are left to rot and die if we don't fall in line with what everybody else looks like. So how are you expected to stand out to get that following if you look like everybody else?
Yeah, it has to be weaved in something.
You know,
I mean, you got to pay into the system, right? The system's already established; it's in place, and
well, sometimes I didn't pay anything.
sure.
Like,
I'm not saying you bought followers, but you still have to do what other people are doing.
Like,
as sad
You
as
have
that
to
is.
buy in, not sell out type
Yeah.
of thing.
Yeah.
like right now, we're running a Facebook ad on through.
My God, I can't even believe this thing.
I paid $20. Okay.
That's cheap.
Yeah.
Wait.
I'm actually paying $1 a day.
Okay.
I targeted key cities and key interests, and Facebook said you'll get 37 to 51 followers a day, estimated.
Sure.
Estimated.
Right.
We are 5 or 6 days in to the ad of 20 days. We've gotten 4 followers,
Yeah.
like a follower a day.
Yeah.
It's bad.
So
We're just laughing at it.
yeah, it was $20 I had to throw away.
That's. I didn't realize how inexpensive those ads were.
Oh no.
No.
You can spend out the ass to get more eyes on it,
He
supposedly.
could,
But
he could spend probably $200 a day.
Oh.
And
Yeah, you
that's
can
their
pay as much as
median
you want.
range. Yeah. And it says, it'll bring you in like 1,000 followers.
Estimated.
Something like that. And it's like,
here's the
Yeah,
Yeah,
thing.
they can't put it. They can't say guaranteed because then
And
it's
the
a lawsuit.
Yeah, the post is for likes, page likes. All right. They estimated 30 to 51 new likes a day. Now, if they're estimating 1,000 to,
you may
Three-
get 100.
3,000,
Right.
I may get 10.
Yeah.
Like, so I'm looking at, because it shouldn't matter how much money I'm giving you necessarily. It shouldn't, because if you're estimating and that's where your estimate is,
It should hit that.
yeah, it should hit the minimum of that,
At
We're
least.
right around.
or right around.
Yeah. But
So-
that's assuming the content itself backs it up, right?
Correct.
Well, now we have now we're adding content at the time, and
Yeah.
and like I said, we've gotten 4 in about 5 to 6 days.
And
Those
we've-
4 people are dope.
And
Yeah.
the targeted cities, we are seeing them come in from.
Yes.
So it is working in the targeted cities.
But
Okay.
it's nowhere near their estimate. So if
No.
you run a page or have a business and you're thinking of using Facebook ads, just keep in mind what we've said. But Facebook, Tumblr, Twitter, and other sites, they require you to actually interact with things too.
Yeah.
So like if you like, we've said this before, and it always sounded like we were just trying to chastise you for not actually, interacting with our shit. But that's what it comes down to for anybody. Is like the pages and posts and stuff that get more interaction are pushed to more people.
Yeah, because it's trending.
Right.
People think it's great, blah, blah, blah.
And if you enjoy our stuff, you interact with our stuff, you see more of our stuff. You see our stuff more often. We come up in your feed more often.
Yeah.
So if you liked a friend's small business, that's great. Though if you don't actively go to that page, if you don't actively comment and share, you'll never see the content from it.
Yeah.
Plus, it's not doing your friend any good. 4,000 likes means nothing if there's 0 engagement.
Right.
You can control your own algorithm, though. I've mentioned this before. You can take back your news feed and see more of what you want to see. It does take discipline and a conscious effort, and you'll have to be willing to retrain yourself and your online habits. And we'll get into that in a few. But
I saw that on your blog.
as a content creator, the reason why I haven't done this before is I felt pigeonholed into doing a certain thing.
Mm-hmm.
And I didn't want to do that. That was the whole reason I started this, is to do my own thing.
Right.
Yeah, not to go with the other people and just not be as vanilla as everybody else.
Now, I've been showing you the images and stuff that I've been creating to go for thumbnails for YouTube.
Oh.
Did I or did I not understand the assignment?
I don't want to talk about it.
Well, I think that's
You
where
did, but God, they're so bad.
part
They're
of TikTok's
so
success
good.
is the small content creators,
Yeah.
right? Where you can do the dances, you can do the trends, or you can be yourself.
Mm-hmm.
And if you're being yourself, the following you get is going to be for yourself, for your content. Whereas if you're doing the dances and trends, you're going to hit a wall.
What, with TikTok?
Yeah.
Okay, there's something I noticed on TikTok. The gaming community.
Yeah.
Okay, if you're doing stuff like Call of Duty, you don't get anywhere on TikTok.
Yeah, but you're
The-
one of a million.
With the cozy games, where you build a community, they go so much further, and there's so many more of them on TikTok because it works.
100%.
I love that because it's a way, again, of working the
Is
system.
And
that
being
our
like-
problem? We're not cozy enough.
Being one of 200 or something, definitely helps your odds.
You want a crackling fireplace in the background?
I mean,
Oh, no, don't, no.
I can do it.
Fireside chats with
Hey,
Did I just... Oh, I'm sorry.
now there's an idea.
I'm so sorry. I really should... I'm just going to leave.
No, don't go. We love you.
Please stay.
You do?
Yes.
Well, and like you said, I mentioned a lot of the YouTubers that you watch, and like I don't get it. I don't.
Yeah, it's not for you.
Right, and the games that they're playing, like I've seen them once or twice. I get the idea of them. All right, play something else. Show me something else. And I'm part of the problem, and I get that. There's no real content creators that I've truly fallen in love with, which is not exactly true because I watch everything that fucking Matt Pat puts out.
So there you go.
Everything. Every channel Matt Pat has.
That's
Everything. But here's the thing.
That
All of
speaks
Matt
to you.
Pat's channels are the same.
They are.
All of them have the same thumbnails, the same story tags.
Yeah.
And you watch every single thing religiously.
because that's
However-
a smart way using the algorithm to catch an extra $2,000, $3,000, $4,000
Yeah.
a month off of YouTube or whatever. You take the same content you already created, boom,
Regurgitate
on
it.
another channel.
However, I follow similar creators as well. I like, and I've said this before, I like random knowledge. I like just weird info that nobody else fucking cares about for no reason. I like it.
There is another channel that you did absolutely love no matter what they did. Bright Sun Films.
Yeah, I still follow them,
They're
and I still watch.
amazing.
Bright Sun Films does urban exploring, So they go to like abandoned buildings.
Yeah.
Or
And-
there's the history of like why this particular mall was shut down, or the history of what happened with Sears getting closed, but there's a lot of information, like the whole backstory.
My friend literally pulled up guy drives the entirety of 7 Mile on YouTube the other day, right?
Uh-huh.
And it wasn't just to have on in the background. This motherfucker put it on. And to be fair, I was watching it,
You get into it.
and the guy was very like, this is the hood, and then he started going into history and blah, blah, blah. And he literally went from like the Thumb or Detroit or whatever all the way down to like Lake Michigan. You know? He drove the whole strip.
There is
I didn't watch the whole thing.
There is a video on YouTube of my hometown from the 80s that was caught on VHS, like on the old school camcorder, and they put it up on YouTube. And to watch it sometimes is just fun because it's the same roads, because nothing there ever changed.
Well, there's
Sure.
There's another channel I follow too, Ants Canada.
Yes.
It's about bugs.
It's
like-
literally just about raising ants
Yeah.
and
That's
farming
what I mean.
ants. And
There's
he bought
people-
a compound to farm ants.
There's people out there for you.
Yeah.
You know,
You just have
can't
to
be
find
for
it.
everybody.
But the thing is like when you go to the home page,
Nothing gets recommended to you because you don't watch and interact with a lot of stuff.
No,
That's
I
the
watch
thing.
it.
When you interact with it, again, it pops up more in your algorithm and it figures out what you like. It's tailored to you.
But it's very obvious to see who's paid the most, though, because, like, especially like if you're not logged into YouTube, like if you're not in your YouTube account, you just go to YouTube as a rando.
Yeah, it's
Oh my God, it's like
the Late Show.
CBS, NBC, you know,
Sure.
Paramount, Fox, you know, all these things, and it's like
Mr. Beast.
Yeah, you know who's paid to be where they are.
yeah.
So, what I would say, in the sense of content creators, because we've got to take our first break already, in the sense of content creators, don't get so used to the stuff that they're doing. Encourage your favorite content creators to step outside the box once in a while. You know,
That does not mean go verbally abuse them into doing something new.
no, but encourage them. You know, make it known that you don't mind when they try new stuff.
Yeah.
You know, that if you truly like the person who's putting forth the content, watch the content, no matter what it is, because you're supporting them at that point. And that's basically what it comes down to. We're going to be talking more about my my trip into the algorithm,
Yes.
and we're also going to when we
Your
come
research trip.
yeah when we come back, we're going to finish talking about this, but we're going to go through on how to fix your personal algorithm, if you will.
Yeah. Delete your cookies. No, I'm kidding.
It's not the only way.
Can we get rid of Cookie that easy?
No,
Who would want to? I love Cookie.
I do
all right?
too.
You didn't even
You
know
now
who he
know
was.
who he is, though.
I didn't know his first name.
Speaking of Cookie, keep an eye out because we're going to be pushing something for him to see if we can get him to do the one chip challenge. But anyways,
That's happening.
you're going to get music from Devo Spice, the Belle Isle Rats, and Michael William Hunter. You're going to get Old Source Code, Raymond is a Badass once a year, and that goes out to my buddy Ray.
Oh.
And Michael William Hunter, Hey Marvel. These are all songs that you can find at thefump.com, which The Fump is the Funny Music Project. They are either satire or parody songs.
I love it.
Yeah. So you're listening to The Cult of Odd. We're on tapdetroit.com, and we're going to be right back. And one more time. 1, 2, 3. Captain Ron!
Now it's time for our Patreon shout-out. Big thanks to C Weezy, Bryce Rogers, Tiki, Billy Yum, Justin Burnside and Zaldor of Zaldor's World Podcast for becoming a patron. Welcome to Anef, for joining the Cult of Odd Plus. We hope you enjoy our long, uncut and girthy episodes until you're fully satisfied and left shaking from laughter. For everyone else, you can join our Patreon too. Just head to patreon.com/cultofod. Become a patron and reap the benefits today.
Tired of regular bar food and bar atmospheres? Yes! Do you long for a place that feels like home where you're treated as family and not just another customer?
Yes! Yes!
then Big League Brews is the place for you. Their menu is the most extensive in all of Downriver. They have an excellent breakfast selection, and they're also well known for their burgers and wings. But hey, if you don't want to believe just some guy on the radio, Big League Brews has been voted best sports bar in Metro Detroit by Click on Detroit 6 years in a row. Wow! They have the friendliest staff and a wide array of cocktails and beers, 26 of them on draft, with new creations regularly.
Yes! Yes! Yes!
And if you're looking for work, Big League Brews offers the most competitive wages with great medical and dental and vision benefits and plenty of paid time off. So what are you waiting for? Get on over to Big League Brews, located at 20428 Ecorse Road in Taylor, Michigan, or head to BigLeagueBrews.com for more info. Big League Brews. Go beyond ordinary. Eat and drink extraordinary.
Man, this code is a mess. What does this function even do? It looks like it just returns 3 no matter what the input is. And why would you... Oh no. Oh God. I wrote this!
After I take one look at my old source code, I wanna cry till I can't no more. After I take one look at my old source code, I wonder, what did I do that for?
I got the IDE to load, NPM and Node, but I can't read the code and it doesn't work in dog mode. Kick me out to bash, still requires flash. This comment needs to be here or the whole thing's gonna crash. Can't nobody run my program. You can't run my program. Can't nobody run my program. You can't run my program. Code is really sucky, musta got real lucky. Can't even explain it to a little rubber ducky. Don't know why that's left in a race started at 7. Maybe I can blame it on my predecessor, Kevin. Can't nobody read my source code. You can't read my source code. Can't nobody read my source code. You can't read my source code. 'Cause when I take a look at my old source code, I wanna scream till my throat gets sore. I wanna take an axe to my old source code so I don't dream in error logs no more. Head down, deep frown, drinking lots of coffee, trying to wrap my head around this code I wrote so awfully. Ran it through a linter just to see what it would show me. All that it would output was a giant poop emoji. Got no tabs, I admit my crimes. I was a savage who preferred to hit space 4 times. Wish I could roll on back to that first commit, but I just can't, 'cause I broke in here. I'm gonna take a torch to my old source code and watch it burn till it don't suck no more. I'm gonna RM dash at my old source code so I don't flog myself to sleep no more.
So, how are we coming on that new feature?
Yeah, it's gonna be a while. Codebase is a real mess.
The person who wrote it was a real idiot, huh?
Something like that.
His clothes are neat, his Nissan's clean, looks a bit like Mr. Bean. His manner meek, his nature's soft, though he'll suppress that trouser cough. But every summer for just 1 week, this modest milk don't blows off steam.
He rents a Harley and he rides it like a crazy man. He throws it up and everywhere until it hits the fan. A fake tat, shaved head, so red. Man bad, man bad, man bad. Got no worries, no stress and no fear. Raymond is a badass
Once a year, oh, once a year. Back at home, he makes his bed, packs a sandwich with multi-grain bread, goes unnoticed while at work, conceals his oddball scratching quirk. Then August comes and now it's time to turn into that alpha guy.
He rents a Harley and he rides it like a crazy man. He throws it up and everywhere until it hits the fan. A fake tat, shaved head, so red. Man bad, man bad, man bad. Got no worries, no stress and no fear. Raymond is a badass
Once a year, I was a badass here tonight. I am out of sight. And if my boss could see me now, she'd be saying, wow. I'll post a selfie for my fans, those 7 friends on Instagram. Back to the Motel 6 to park, unsafe riding after dark. Cruising into town, flanked by my platoon. I am rocking one-night Jack saloon. Decked in leather clothes on for fun and thrills. I am so the king of these black hills.
He rents a Harley and he rides it like a crazy man. He throws it up and everywhere until it hits the fan. A fake tat, shaved head, so red. Man bad, man bad, man bad. He's got no worries, no stress, and no fear. He rents a Harley and he rides it like a crazy man. He throws it up and everywhere until it hits the fan. A fake tat, shaved head, so red. Man bad, man bad, man bad. He's got no worries, no stress, and no fear. Raymond is a badass once a year. Oh, once a year.
Hey Marvel, where's that strip, that next issue, Marvel? I cannot wait for your next movie, Marvel. We know the Avengers are in some trouble. Rewind! Fury, we know you're in a hurry to form a team to protect us from invasion. Meet Tony, and with his father's money, he's made an iron suit that can cover his body. Fury, your mind is in a flurry. You thought out the man who's a symbol of the nation. He's ho-hummy because he lost his honey. And let's not start by what happened to his buggy.
I've got a super villain style and a secret Nazi crew. For everyone I cruise, I know we'll pull through. Got a little bit of old and a bigger bit of new. A super freak show when the villain step 2, we keep the peace. When I die, the team only increase. Got assassins and scientists. I keep my secrets close like I keep my eyepiece.
That's when I trust it.
My God bless it.
Now I go by Tony Stark. I'm at home in my tower, staying up for hours, not taking showers. Keep myself alive with arc reactor power. Too few. I'm just a man on the news. I'm Iron Man. Gonna pass the stand to El Capitan. Wanna be cool? Follow the rules. Hey Marvel, that one shot was really cool, Marvel. I can't believe they were all Nazis, Marvel. Those Infinity Stones are causing lots of drama. Who's up for some shawarma? What's that now, Marvel? Ultron's voice is silky smooth, Marvel. I love every cameo of Stanley's Marvel.
When you're in front of Loki, you will all gruff.
We have a Hulk.
Please forgive my brother, he won't be a bother. Sent him to our fathers to be caged like the others. Till the Dark Elves arrived and they killed our mother. Then we both made up, found out together we had a sis, who then died when the planet blew to bits. Don't want to drink lager, just want to drink this. I'll have another, then I've got a new matter. More matter than Banner, my sister broke my hammer.
Now you know
who we are.
Last name Lord,
first name Star.
Jumpstart your hearts when the action starts.
Music's blasting loud on the badass part.
Now we be ready, guardians of
the galaxy. Quill at the league. Oh, you're kidding me. You can't see me. You're moving slightly. Hey Marvel, nothing's as cute as Baby Groot, Marvel. But what happened to Hawkeye's family, Marvel? Will Ant-Man and Happy end up as a couple?
No! No!
Shuri, T'Challa's in a worry. Is the world ready for Wakanda integration? Heal Bucky with any kind of lucky. We'll make it up to Tony for killing his family. The time is nigh, the game is set. Doctor Strange has seen all of it, and he's sure that Fury's team will be there. Till infinity, till infinity, till infinity, till infinity, till infinity war.
Black Panther!
You should have aimed for the head.
You are on the luck, cause it's my time to sing. I'm Captain Marvel and I've been waiting. Off in the wings, still I hear things whining and crying from those who don't think it's perfect timing to have a woman swoop in, white armor shining. I'm there at the start where fury begins, and I'll be here standing when this story ends.
Hey Marvel, it's been 10 years we spent with you, Marvel. Thank you so much for this epic journey, Marvel. But now half the universe has turned to rubble. Avengers assemble, come on now, Marvel. April 26th can't come too soon, Marvel. What will happen? We'll have to wait and see, Marvel. We want Aunt May and Happy as a couple. Mr. Stark, I don't feel so good.
Wakanda forever.
The Cult of Odd welcomes you to adorn yourself, your walls, and even your loved ones with our high-quality structural as well as body adornments for you to share our love with the world. We have all manner of material objects for you to covet, from posters to clothing to bean juice mugs and even stickers.
I'm gonna need more stickers!
Give your love to the Cult of Odd today. Then you can force that love onto others. They want it, they need it, and they won't survive without it. Head to our little shop of oddities now and support the cult with your love.
All right, so we've talked about social media influencers and content creation and my frustrations with both. So, fixing your algorithm, right?
Mm-hmm.
Well, it takes discipline. And that's the first thing. It's like if you really want to fix it, it does take discipline and a conscious effort. You'll have to be willing to retrain yourself on your online habits.
I saw on your blog that you had listed the things that we're probably about to discuss.
Yeah. 10 ways that you can fix your algorithm. First, you have to take a 30-day break from liking, commenting, or sharing anything. Not even family pics of newborns, just anything. Your only role for 30 days on Facebook is to just scroll. If you see a meme, cool. Don't like it. Don't comment. Don't share it.
Don't save it.
Don't save it. Don't do anything. You're just there to look.
Can you get the same effect by signing out?
No.
No.
That's good info.
When the 30 days are up, you have to be extremely picky about what you interact with next. All right? So that means, don't come back in and be like, I'm back. Yay! I like everything. Share, like, comment. No. You have to be picky about what you're interacting with. You might actually have to use the search function on, let's use Facebook. We'll talk Facebook in general here.
Yeah, to start curating it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, you'll have to actively go to your friends' pages and posts and stuff like that and like and comment on their stuff. Do more. Most of us drop a like and move on. You need to comment and share too. That's what teaches the algorithm what you want to see and what you're interested in.
Mm-hmm.
Build new habits. Don't like every cat meme or 15-minute fuck-up videos you see. Be discerning.
Those are what I curate.
I know.
I literally had this issue with my second TikTok.
Mm-hmm.
I'm now on my third. Because the second one I ended up following over 10,000 people and I reached their
max.
Yeah. Which I didn't know existed.
Right.
But I found that out for them.
You're welcome. So
I get it.
Yeah. If you care about your friends succeeding, understand that you're instrumental in that success. You will have to spread the word for them. Join groups and communities, then interact with others there. That's how you start building a new feed. Ask how you can help out for your friends' pages and stuff like that beyond buying products, because there's tons of ways that you can help for free. Ask your friends specifically what they can do to help further.
Yeah.
And then repeat the process periodically as the algorithm changes roughly each quarter.
Hopefully they know this process too, and if they don't, I'm share it with them,
What?
About the algorithm, like resetting it and helping them out if they have a business or a page or whatever,
Yeah. Well, that's why I wanted to do this, is to talk about how you can fix it. It's now out there. There are 10 ways right there that you can go through, and fix your algorithm or your business's algorithm, or how to put yourself out there. If you're a business, if you're running a page for a business, there are videos on YouTube that you can watch that will teach you things about how to target better, always, go for your local area, but if you do like internet business and stuff like that, don't be afraid. Like if you're in somewhere in Massachusetts, targeting an ad in California, New York.
Absolutely. Anywhere that has money or you think has a user base for yourself or your business.
We are in California, New York, Chicago, and Miami. And I did a 50-mile radius.
Never exclude Florida.
Yeah.
Florida's a wild
just
card.
Weird enough.
Yeah.
Florida's a wild card. Gotta.
I'm going to try and run an ad once a month, and see how it does. And I'm going to target different cities and different areas. I'm also going to go through and pick some random little towns.
Yes.
And target them just for the hell of it to see what happens.
Yeah. People want to escape little towns, you know? And it might start out with a cult.
Yeah, we're an escape.
Damn it, Corey.
Don't worry, we're just a podcast.
Don't let social media influencers influence you. Remember, their lives are fake, and their whole goal is to deceive you into believing them. Companies spend big money utilizing these influencers to get you experiencing FOMO. They want you to feel less than because you're more likely to impulse buy for that dopamine rush to feel like you belong. A thrift store purse holds just as much stuff as a Michael Kors purse. Unless they are completely shallow and vapid, nobody is going to actually care how much you spent on the bag to carry your personal belongings.
I care. I'd be price checking.
No, see, that's my thing is if I'll find something that's designer that's nice enough at a thrift store, I'll get it.
As long as they have thrift store pricing.
Yeah. If it's a design that I like, I don't care about the designer.
Right.
If it's a nice purse, like if I like it, T-shirts and stuff like that too. Like, if I like it, I'm going to get it. It doesn't matter to the designer. I've never been a designer person.
That's the difference between style and fashion.
Yeah.
Fashion is expensive and style is priceless.
Curated.
You can fake almost anything these days, and in a world full of fakes, be a true rebel and be something real. I do recommend you go watch Fake Famous for yourselves. It's an eye-opening look into the culture that has been overtaking the 16 to 25-year-old section of our society. You can see it on HBO Max. At every turn, we're bombarded by advertising and influence to think or feel some kind of way about inanimate objects. Life isn't about stuff or spending money on the supposed must-have items of the season. If you have anything to say one way or another about any of the content that I've put forth about social media and content creators, by all means, you can go to facebook.com/cultivod and leave a comment on the post or send us a message through any one of our numerous social media connections. We're on Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, Tumblr, Reddit, TikTok. You can find us anywhere, or you can email us at cultivod.com, or I'm sorry, cultivod@gmail.com.
Yeah, that sounds more right. Because it is.
Yeah. So, taste testing. We mentioned TikTok right there at the end. I was presented with challenges, and I'm kind of open to most of these, so I'm going to say if you find something weird that you want me to taste, if you get it to me, I'll do it.
So, one of them that I saw, I thought was pretty tame, but when I actually thought about drinking it myself, I was like, ew, that'd be gross.
So the first taste test I ended up doing was Starlight Coke.
Alright, so I typically don't do trends, but my wife brought me home something, and I figured I should at least do the blind reaction, so here we go. That's right, Starlight Coke. It tastes like space. Hold on. Alright, much like when I was dating in high school, it gets the sniff test first.
Yeah.
It smells like vanilla dirt. I'm not entirely sure if I'm going to like this. I did like Joe Dirt, so maybe I'll like vanilla dirt. Here goes something. The fuck? You ever have something that tastes like something but nothing at the exact same time and it's carbonated? What the fuck did Coke do?
Mm-hmm.
It was supposed to be like tasting space. It was not.
How is that a good?
See,
how is that a good ad?
but
'Cause,
I-
like space
I
is
actu-
nothing, right? The majority of space is nothing.
No, they've actually done a chemical breakdown in the way it would taste. It would taste like raspberries. They've actually done a chemical
raspberries.
breakdown. Yes.
Space tastes like raspberries.
Yes.
Schnozberries taste like schnozberries.
But here's the thing: that Coke Starlight, specifically because I have to drink zero sugar everything because
I'm sorry.
bleh. But Coke Zero Starlight, I actually absolutely love.
Yeah?
I adore it. I think it tastes better. It tastes better in the zero sugar form than it does in the normal form. I'll say that.
And what'd you think?
I didn't try the zero sugar form.
Okay.
You won't drink anything zero sugar?
I don't blame you.
But
I hate the chemically taste.
As a guy who's sitting here drinking a 2-liter in front of you,
a man of taste.
I love sugar.
So, Coke Starlight. Okay, so when I opened it, it smelled like vanilla dirt.
I can get behind the vanilla part.
But you know the earthy scent that I'm talking about with dirt?
Yeah.
It was there. So, I was confused.
Sure.
I took a drink, and you can see this in the video that I'm going to post with this. YouTube. Follow us on YouTube. Cultivad on YouTube. I take a second drink, and it's the only way that I can truly describe it is that it thought about tasting like cotton candy for like a hot second, but then retracted and decided not to taste like anything except carbonation.
It's probably smart on Coke's doing, because Faygo already nailed the cotton candy taste. Nobody can do any better than
Like,
that.
I've never had a flavor almost get there and then just be like, nah. It was so weird.
The Coke Zero Starlight tastes a lot more like cotton candy.
That's the chemicals of the zero sugar.
So your almost there comment reminded me of something that just recently happened.
Oh, no. You should
Which we'll go into.
navigate away. Navigate away.
We'll go into that later. I gotta tell me a story.
Oh.
Okay. So the Coke Starlight, I don't know, man. If you like it, good on you. But I don't know what the fuck Coke was thinking there, other than a gimmick. Hey, everybody's gonna try this. Our name's gonna get out there. That's exactly what's happening. Coke should be stopped, in my opinion. Now they have one that tastes like a Pixel Bite, whatever it is. It's a zero sugar flavor. Does this thing actually exist, or is it only a metaform?
Oh no, it will. It's currently in workup of.
It tastes like a pixel. What is it? What is that? What?
It,
I have no fucking clue.
This is where we're at.
the taste of a pixel. Yeah.
The taste of a pixel.
So it's legitimate TV static, because that's what I imagine a Pixel would taste like, is TV static. So it's a White Claw.
No.
Yeah.
No, it's that water. LaCroix.
Seltzer. Well, it's the same. Yeah.
That's what it.
But it's the same thing. White Claw is seltzer. LaCroix is seltzer-y. It barely has any flavor. But yeah, I'm assuming that's what it's going to taste like. But it's only in zero sugar, so I won't taste it. I won't have any idea what it tastes like, because I don't like the taste of zero sugar shit to begin with.
Yeah, no, I get it. I do.
Next up,
there's been a few that I've been like, okay.
My friend Liz, who runs Two Moms with a Cause, found Flaming Hot Mountain Dew at Meijer.
My friend Liz saw me do the Starlight Coke and decided that I needed to try Flamin' Hot Mountain Dew. As always, like dating in high school, it gets the sniff test first. It smells like cherry Kool-Aid, which I don't know how to feel about that. It tastes like cherry Kool-Aid, but like mixed with pepper. Like the burn that comes from it is more of an irritation than anything else. I am not a fan. No.
And demanded that I need to try it.
Flaming Hot Mountain Dew.
Yeah. So that took him by surprise.
That's weird. That's weird. Like, because I know hot chips and stuff are huge. You know, especially with teenagers and whatever.
On the way home, if you haven't stopped, they sell it at the gas station in a 20
I'm
ounce.
good.
Yeah.
No, you actually do. This one you want to try at least once to try a drink of it, because I thought it was pretty cool.
I did not.
When you open it, it smells like cherry Kool-Aid.
Mm-hmm.
And when you take a drink, it tastes like bland cherry Kool-Aid with black pepper.
You get all of the. Think about when you have like a spicy, like hot sauce.
I like spicy meals and hot
Okay.
sauce, srirachas, chili sauces.
So
things
the
like
burn
that,
that you
yeah.
get in your mouth a little
Yeah.
bit, you get that with like cherry Kool-Aid flavor. It's
But-
really weird.
But it's not that burn. It's like I said. Have you ever had something that had too much black pepper on it?
Oh yeah.
You know the irritation that your mouth gets.
If you had a Fireball candy in your mouth and you drank cherry Kool-Aid, that's
but no,
what.
because the cinnamon flavor isn't there. It is.
No,
it
it's
is,
the warmth of it though.
I
Well, that's what
consider
I like
it more
about
of an
hot
irritation.
foods, though, is it makes you hungry, right? It gets your tongue making a bunch of saliva, whatever. It makes you hungry. I'm assuming that's the direction they were trying to go with this drink. Is that hey, if it kicks off, we'll sell a ton of it.
There was no heat there, is what I'm getting at. It was just irritation.
Right.
Cherry Kool-Aid irritation.
It was. I thought it was kind of cool. It was different. It was completely different.
Yeah. I did not like it. I am not a fan. If you enjoy it, good on you.
I think that's hilarious. You thought it was cool.
I did.
On a hot drink.
Cool. No, because it was different. Like we never had a drink that gave the irritation off of whiskey or scotch.
I
in your
found
mouth,
out
the
recently
warmth.
that hot heat and cold heat are two different receptors on your tongue.
Yes.
And you can simultaneously trigger them both to just fuck your life.
That's okay. I in the past I've gotten like a sandwich. Wendy's would always do this. I've gotten a burger from Wendy's where the wrapping that they had it in was so hot it felt cold.
Really?
Yeah, that's a weird sensation.
Yeah.
You're like because you're like, oh, this doesn't feel too bad, and then all of a sudden your hand's burning. And you're like, what the fuck?
Mm-hmm.
So the third thing that I tried, I did to myself.
Nobody in this house liked it.
Yeah, I have nobody to blame but myself.
Yeah, the title. This is the one I saw. The title of this one, I wouldn't have even tried it.
Coke caramel coffee.
Well, keeping with the current pattern of trying things that I'm not sure how they're going to taste, I found this at a gas station, and I kind of wanted to try it. So this one is my own doing. Nobody forced me to. I'm not being asked to do this one. I'm doing it of my own free will, so I've got nobody to blame but the makers of Coke. And on the off chance that it tastes like hot garbage, I got a real cup of coffee sitting right here, waiting to wash away the sins of Coca-Cola. Alright, dating in high school, sniff test. Off the rip, it just smells like Coke. Like, it doesn't, I don't get coffee or anything. I've got the caramel flavor. I didn't specifically pick that one. I'm really not sure how to describe that. I don't like it, but it's not as terrible as some of the other things that I've had in my mouth. It's sickly sweet, kind of like how medicine is, but it's Coke, and it's not Coke. And I don't really taste the coffee flavor at all. It tastes like Coke and caramel, which I like one of those two things by itself. It is not Coke, by the way. I don't know. I'm going to enjoy my real cup of coffee and try to forget that this disaster ever happened.
Caramel coffee is good.
Now, here's the thing. It's not like a Coke flavored like caramel coffee. No, it is coffee and Coca-Cola mixed together.
Yeah.
It was not good.
It's gross.
It was. He took a drink and he was like, mm-mm, mm-mm. I took a drink and I immediately spat it out. And I'm a Coke girl.
Right.
I like all Coca-Cola.
She loves the way it smells.
I saw the baggies.
Yeah, they're everywhere. I just can't control it anymore.
But no, it tasted like cough syrup.
Yeah.
I like
Caramel.
cough syrup. But I'm an
Caramel.
alcoholic.
Without the alcohol. Just the cough syrup taste. No alcohol to it.
Right.
With the strength of espresso and the dirty taste of, like, bad cola. It was bad.
That's gross.
So you'll be able to see those videos in between. You've already seen them if you're listening to the Fun Size on YouTube right now.
Flat RC caramel macchiato.
I like that
Simple,
we're getting
3
on this
letters,
taste
bad.
test thing because it was such an old school like marketing thing, like the taste test challenges, you know, Coke and Pepsi, or things that are super hot and spicy.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, even going back further, do you remember the Folgers crystals?
Or Fear Factor.
Do you remember that one? That's different. We're not.
Work?
The guy
Does that count?
That's the guy that is now trying to give you health advice was getting you to watch people eat horse penis for money.
Listen, I like Joe Rogan, okay?
I don't.
I know I'm the minority in this room for that. I like him.
He's a dick bag. I don't like him at all.
Yeah.
The worst part about Joe Rogan's podcast is Joe Rogan. Like,
he's got a solid team.
Flat out. He needs one. I've seen some interviews that, like, with people that I wanted to hear what they had to say, and whatnot. But I am not a fan of Joe Rogan to begin with.
My friend linked me to a guy that was talking about mushrooms that was on Joe Rogan. I think Joe had like 2 with this guy. It was really well done. There for the content, you know, not for Joe, but I like Joe.
Somebody's got it.
But I don't go out of my way to check out Joe Rogan podcasts or anything like that. I was
You're not
talking
a
to a
fan.
girl that was like real big into his podcast. We went on a date. That's what we listened to on the way to the movie theater.
Wow.
I was like, okay, whatever.
Okay, see,
I don't have the time.
I'm that way
She
with
was
last
really hot.
podcast on the left, but I'm not going to listen to it on the way out through a date. Like, that's weird.
No, I mean, it's what you're into, you know? It's like...
That no, I'll retract. That is exactly what... Because
The
here's the
words
thing.
red flag come to mind. That's all I'm saying.
It's like when women go to the bar hoping they're going to find, like, a good man, you know? And then they're disappointed at the end.
Yeah, Ace, I agree that, like, the ones that I've been interested in hearing what they had to say and whatnot. Yeah, I'm there for the person he's talking to, not him.
Sure. Yeah, and that's how it is with a lot of stuff, though.
All right.
That's why we need you here, Ace. People come for you.
I'm sorry, dear, but we've got to get the Star Wars thing into the fun size, so we're not going to the next break. You can disappear now.
I'll just go over.
Yeah. So, one of the other articles I posted.
I've been waiting for this one.
Playing into that algorithm. Because it's easy to get people to come see things when you say you hate something everyone loves. Why I hate
Because
Star
people
Wars.
love to argue.
Yes.
That's literally how the internet is what it's built around. You know, let's argue.
I do have the comments turned off on all these posts, though.
Yeah. Lame, weak.
Well, you got to
Where's
remember
the interaction.
Because
brought
if
it
they
up.
come in through the Facebook page, they can comment on the Facebook page
I
about
see.
it. Yeah,
Curating the interaction over there.
Yeah, the other point is too. This is Tap Detroit's website. We want to put our content there, but any interactions that might be problematic, we want to ensure are away from the website.
That's fair. Because I also know a lot of Star Wars super fans that know a lot more than I do.
Yeah.
And in that blog that you wrote, I was like, yeah, that reminds me of this friend. Oh, that reminds me of this friend. Yeah, you know.
So, again, with the bait and switch, you come in, you see the title, you see the splashy graphic, and then I explain to you, I don't actually hate Star Wars. Star Wars rocketed out of the late 80s and became a cultural phenomenon. Nothing like it had been seen before. The story, the effects, the marketing, it all set a tone that the film industry still follows to this day.
Sure.
Releasing toys, supplemental materials such as books, comics, and TV shows. And
Thank you, Hasbro.
Yep, and every imaginable product under the Tatooine Two Suns. And the first picture you see is Star Wars sex toys.
I like that you correlated the religious war in your blog, which a lot of people had problems with Dune for that. You know, he literally, like, the guy runs a jihad, you know, and when people see jihad, they're like, oh no, that's a bad word.
Well, I go on to explain that the title is only clickbait. I really do enjoy these movies and the animated shows and the TV shows. I love The Mandalorian.
Some more than others.
Yeah. True.
Heard a lot of great things about The Mandalorian. I watched a little bit of season 1.
Yeah, Book of Boba Fett. Its first three episodes was great, and then the Mandalorian 2.0 or 2.5 season was phenomenal.
So my super fans, everything I'm going to say is like a minor regurgitation of what they've said.
Yeah,
because I trust their judgment. In terms of like the
You
director
should,
for Mandalorian and things like that, and why it was so successful. Versus the latest and greatest Star Wars, which I know you referenced strong female leads.
Which was the biggest problem everyone seemed to have with it.
Except my friends of super nerds had an issue with it being that the Force isn't bloodline related. It's supposed to just be allowed to be with whoever. You know, and that is in the lore.
Yeah.
And why they chose to keep it with the Skywalkers, I don't know. I really don't.
Yeah.
I watched the first one with Rey, and then I didn't want to watch the others. There were others, right? 2 others? 1 other? That's how far behind I am.
Yeah. No, what I hate, and I'll even back it down to say I strongly dislike, is I dislike the fan base. The product itself has some issues. Stop releasing it every 4 years.
Yeah.
Or re-releasing it every 4 years. No, the rabid fan base and their nauseous gatekeeping style about them, which we were talking about, is I'm always careful to say I'm not a fan. I just really enjoy Star Wars and the universe it's established. There are truly some great stories and some real badass Star Wars characters and creatures. But as I said, the gatekeeping of the fandom, something's got to be done. Star Wars fans tend to be some of the worst fans out there. Second only to fucking maybe Rick and Morty fans.
Fuck you.
I'm a fan of Rick and Morty.
Me
though,
too.
that's the thing. Don't you dare misspeak a name or forget a particular obscure region a character hails from.
And I'm assuming you've seen Fanboys.
Yeah.
Solid movie.
Uh-huh.
Great movie.
You know, if you do, you will be hearing actually hissed at you from every angle. Like, they just come out of the woodwork. You're standing there and say something wrong about Star Wars while you're getting coffee at fucking Starbucks, and 6 people jump out and be like, yeah, you're wrong there.
I actually liked Jar Jar Binks, and then that's a really easy one.
Yeah.
For your next clickbait.
Yep. I've been the victim of gatekeeping. As I stated, I enjoy Star Wars, but I'm not a diehard fan. I watch to enjoy the story, and I know this will be shocking to some, but I get things wrong occasionally. So, not knowing that X is from Y region of Z space, it's just not that important to me to retain all those intricate and seemingly inconsequential details.
Yeah.
And I'll never understand why a lot of Star Wars fans are so rabid when it comes to these details. It's like they have a vested financial interest in the property. Like, if I don't know the name of the
They do. They bought all the toys and the lightsabers, and they went to Disney, and they paid thousands of dollars to
but you got the
live the
out of it,
experience,
right? Yeah.
you know? So now they have to defend why they did that.
I don't know that you went and did that.
That is their ego getting in the way of themselves.
Yeah, I was going to say, that's the thing. I don't know that you've dropped a small fortune on Star Wars stuff. Like,
I respect it. That stuff is so cool. Like, my friend went and did it, and I was I was a little jealous, you know, social influence, whatever, you know. I want to do it.
What I think is cool is my friend Ray is homebrewing his own lightsaber.
Oh, awesome.
Like, he's been ordering pieces and putting it together slowly and whatnot, and he's really just working on customizing it for something that he would enjoy.
Yeah.
I like that.
In a cosplay fashion or just as a collector?
I think it could be used in a cosplay costume.
Is he into it? That kind of stuff?
Yeah, he's into Star Wars. He's not into cosplay, though.
Okay.
But he's into the idea of building this lightsaber.
Yeah.
Like I said, if I don't know the name of the little hopping creature on Luke's isolation island, I'm somehow ruining the entire franchise in one go. Or if I'm okay with the midichlorian explanation for Anakin's powers, then I've just spit in the face of every fan ever.
Mm-hmm.
Speaking of midichlorians, though.
You said this earlier. And I was like, really? That's where we're going with this?
Yeah, I'm putting this out there. So I was, in preparation for the show, I was talking with a friend of mine about this specific article because they saw it and they messaged me like, you hate Star Wars?
Boom.
I was like, no.
Got him.
Yeah. So we were talking about it, and what it came down to is he was explaining, and when we got talking about the midichlorians, and he was explaining what supposedly the rumor was George Lucas wanted to do to end the series, is basically have the Force ghosts of Luke, Obi-Wan, Yoda, Anakin, etc. Actually be in what was called the Force realm or something like that. I wasn't fully paying attention.
Way to avoid spoilers. I like it.
Well, it doesn't exist.
I haven't seen them all.
Yeah, it doesn't exist.
I know this doesn't exist.
Yeah, it doesn't exist. But have all of them as Force ghosts, and Luke's job is to defeat the race that is the midichlorians, or that control the midichlorians, basically kill him and end the ability to use the Force. This was supposedly the rumor, as he explained it, and I just was like, okay, well, it's a rumor, so I'll just go along with it.
So his big plan,
yeah,
was let's just kill the Force,
yeah,
so that the Empire does win.
Yeah,
I mean, because at that point it just becomes a financial thing, and the Empire has got the money. Like,
yeah,
they have the influence.
Well, and the thing that I brought up too to him is I let him run through this wild ass theory on Star Wars, and I was like, you know what would be fucking amazing?
Here it comes,
Lead
guys.
bad.
Here it is. Say it. Just get it out.
You know how we don't know what race Yoda is?
I've heard.
And we don't know what race Yaddle and Grogu are.
Baby Yoda?
Yeah, Baby Yoda. Gogurt.
Yeah.
So what I thought would be interesting, and it's just a giant middle finger to the fan base. I'm telling you this now. But midichlorians are supposedly microscopic creatures that live within our body, right?
Yep.
Okay. They exist within everything, right?
As I understand it.
Yoda's race is extremely old. They in The Mandalorian, Grogu is about 50 years old, but he is still a baby.
Right.
Toddler at best.
Mm-hmm.
What if
here it comes.
Yoda's race are the midichlorians and they pop into the world like fucking gremlins?
What? How could you say something so controversial?
Think about how strong each one of those creatures seemed to be with the Force.
Yeah, but Anakin was stronger.
Was he, though?
Allegedly.
Or was Yoda just more disciplined?
Both. I mean, both, right?
I don't think so.
Yoda didn't kill a bunch of kids.
No, he was more disciplined. So, yeah, that's my... Wouldn't it be a big fuck you to the fans if Yoda's race are the midichlorians and they are responsible for all of the problems within the Star Wars universe?
It would have been a huge uproar.
It still could be.
It still could be. You know what? Pitch the idea.
Just did. And it'll get buried because nobody wants that to become a reality. But, I mean, there are character issues. Star Wars has an expansive list of characters, ever growing with each new installment. From R2-D2 to BB-8, the droids tend to be the scene stealers, and they don't even have lines.
Yeah, they do. C-3PO had lines. That motherfucker killed it.
No, R2-D2 is the
comic
he's the focus. You want to punch C-3PO most of the time because he's fucking snooty.
He's Robin.
But then you have the universally hated Jar Jar Binks.
I love him.
No, I'm sure you see a lot of yourself in him.
Yeah.
I didn't really mind Jar Jar at all. He was comic relief in a pretty intense movie. I didn't, at the time, understand how the affable goof became a senator, but then again, you look at our real-life senators, and it makes perfect sense. My only real complaint about the character is about characters is with Yoda. I want to know what the hell race he is, so we can stop referring to him and Grogu as Yodas. They're midichlorians. That's what I'm going with.
Allegedly.
It said that George Lucas has written what their race is, but refuses to say it because he wants to keep it a mystery. I need you fucking fanboys to Nancy Drew that shit out and tell me what Yoda, Yaddle, and Grogu are.
I'm sure they have better speculations than you.
Oh, I'm sure they do.
How did your friend respond to it?
Oh, he hated it.
I bet he did.
He absolutely hated it.
I'm surprised you didn't get insta-blocked. He just, no, we're done.
No, he hated it. He was like, but I could see them doing it.
Yeah.
It's commercially stupid enough that they could theoretically try it.
But the reason they won't is because it blows up the money train. You know. 100% it would.
Oh, yeah.
Like,
you can't end Star Wars at this point.
Well, just leave it alone.
No.
They could.
Disney has it.
Yeah.
Disney is not letting that die. Not in the least bit.
Disney has everything now.
At least anything good. Right? I mean, Marvel, Disney,
If
Star Wars, Disney.
If you want to fuck up your movie-going experience, I was told to read the 36 stories, because there's only 36 stories out there.
Yeah.
37 if you include my love life.
No. Comedic Tragedy is one of the 36.
Oh, you're right. Yeah, it's like number 2.
Yeah. Actually, I've read that article, and I thought it was interesting.
Yeah.
So, what do you call a series with 9 movies anyways? Because that's what I was trying to figure out, is like I went and I looked everything up, and I was like, okay, so a trilogy would be 3 is a trilogy, 4 is a quadrilogy, 5 would be a quintrilogy. So I was like, okay, well, what is 9? And everything I came up with looks stupid. Like, it didn't make any sense, and even the internet was like, what are you trying to do here?
How do you refer to Rocky?
What?
I feel like that's a great example, because, like, yeah, they might not have 9, but...
There's 5.
There's
5 Rockies?
6 or 7 if we're including, like, Balboa and that other stuff. You know, that's a lot.
Yeah. Once you get past 4, the quadrilogy, I think it falls apart. I did have a couple of suggestions, though.
I saw.
Yeah. Number 1, top of the list, a dead horse. Number 2 is a cash grab.
There it is.
Number 3 is a lack of imagination to write anything else.
But that is so prevalent right now.
Oh.
Like, to the point that a lot of the remake movies that are coming out, or that are out, they make fun of it to your face.
Yeah.
In the movie.
Meta.
Yes. Scream, Matrix.
Yeah. Scream did it beautifully.
No, they didn't. I mean, I watched it. I went on a date with some girl. I fell asleep twice during it.
Well, the newest Scream?
Yes.
Oh, the newest Scream, they went meta with their meta.
Yeah,
no, the Scream series did meta beautifully.
Originally.
Did. Like, I don't have an issue with any of the Scream movies. Like, you know what you're getting, you know what you're going in for.
And that's what we're here for.
Yeah, you're just waiting to see how they twist the story a little bit more.
Mm-hmm.
And I really did enjoy the most recent one.
Ugh. I didn't.
Why?
I didn't. Like, real early on, I knew who the killer was. Again, fell asleep on a date twice. Woke up. She woke me up the second time. I was like, no, I wasn't asleep.
Must have been a good date.
Movie felt like it was wrapping up. So I was like, did I catch blah, blah, blah? And she goes, what? There was 20 minutes left. I was like, oh, great.
It was a good catch.
But yeah, okay. I don't know.
You got to see the last 20 minutes of the movie.
I did. I saw how it ended.
Yeah. With credits. No, I'm sorry. I expect that out of the Scream movies. You know, I expect them to layer it upon layer it upon layer. And even though I knew who the killer was going to be pretty early on myself, I was still interested at the story they told with it. Scream movies aren't necessarily about who the killer is. It's just how it all connects together into what they've already told.
Right. And then, so when movies do that meta thing, where they break the wall and they're like, they start laughing at the people that are paying you to see your movie.
I think it's great.
I hate that.
Oh, I love it.
It drives me nuts. They had a scene in The Matrix real early on, the new one, which my friends who were big Matrix fans loved it. I hated it. I fell asleep during that movie too. And fucking, they did it in like an office scene where they're like, "Yeah, we said we'd never do this again, but they said they'd ruin our contract, blah blah blah, whatever it was, you know."
Right.
I hate that kind of stuff. You know, Deadpool does it great. They do a great job with Deadpool.
Yeah.
But that's Ryan Reynolds. Everything he touches is gold.
True.
Just I wish he would touch me. Wait.
All right, so whatever you end up calling a series of 9 movies, there's no denying that Star Wars is a powerhouse of content. It seems most fans would like to forget the last trilogy, though. I see people online actively calling for Disney Plus series The Mandalorian to retcon and rewrite history to wipe clean the slate.
Sure.
Even Ace has said that that's what he thinks they're doing, is they're retconning the last 3 movies to try to make them like they never existed. I don't know if he's right, though. I don't know if the rest of the people online are right. They seem to be.
I feel like that's the right play because it pays into your fans.
Yeah.
And the director and writers that are on The Mandalorian are actual fans and know the lore like your friends and my friends do.
Right. What drove me nuts though is like the biggest issue with the last trilogy, other than your complaint of the Skywalker being
the Force isn't family based, or bloodline based at all.
I have a theory on that, and I'll try to get back to that if I remember.
Yeah,
but
money.
No, honestly, I think I know what it might be. Why that line seems to have it. But the biggest issue with the most recent trilogy seemed to be everybody was upset at the quote unquote woke nature of the last three movies. That it focused too much on a female lead, removing the men from the story as the focal point. I guess it's okay to have strong female characters like Padme Amidala and Princess Leia, as long as they don't get too much screen time and draw attention away from the men.
Mm-hmm.
That seems to be the only issue. Like, the story is shaky, but then again, you're also trying to finish a powerhouse that, when they did 4, 5, and 6, came out of nowhere, blew everybody's mind, and then they went back to try to do 1, 2, and 3, and it was shaky at best there. You know, it wasn't the rock solid foundation that they should have been building from.
Right.
So now you've got 7, 8, and 9 years later again, and they're trying to finish this story, and it did. It felt like it was just going in too many directions. My friend that I was talking to had said that he felt Finn was supposed to be the main character, and then it got changed.
Sure.
You know, that he felt that from what he saw in the first one, so 7,
because Finn was the clone, right? He was a stormtrooper clone that just like
decided, fuck this.
Yeah.
Finn was supposed to be the one that had the Force, and you know, it was going to start anew there. I don't know. I didn't get that vibe either. But we talked about the Skywalker being Force strong, and you don't like that it's a family line. So my understanding is the only reason that Anakin exists is because the senator, and I can't remember his name, fucking lightning fingers, toilet face.
Sure.
something dark side. Either him or someone else, a very powerful Sith, manipulated the fabric of reality, I guess, and immaculately conceived Anakin Skywalker.
No.
Who was his dad? Even his mother didn't know who his dad was.
Yes, she did.
She didn't.
Oh, yeah. Okay, yeah, you're right.
It was an immaculate conception as far as she knew.
That's where it's not bloodline based with the Force, right?
No. He was made from the Force. So whoever it was manipulated Anakin into existence, essentially, and imbued him with the Force. So anything that comes from his line at that point, like if you're 100% Italian and you have sex with somebody, the next child that comes out of that is now 50%. Right. They have sex with somebody.
Right.
It's 25%. So it's a family line of the Force that slowly, I don't know if the Force gets diluted the same way genetics do, but it's the family line because it started with Anakin. And if Rey is somehow tied either to the Skywalker family,
she got tied in because everybody wanted to see Luke Skywalker.
The Palpatine, that's who I couldn't think of. Somehow tied to Palpatine's lineage, both of them would be strong with the Force and be passing it on.
If that's how the Force works.
Right, if that's how the Force works and it's not actually,
but according to my super friends, that's not how it works.
Yeah. It could be Yoda is, the midichlorian all grown up.
So Anakin is Yoda's baby?
Yeah, why not? I mean, we'll just go everywhere. And then I had to bitch. It was, and the stars aren't even fighting. That was where I threw in my bit about the religion. It seemed just ridiculous enough a title to make it work.
Along that thought process, though, it makes sense why Yoda's just chilling on a swamp. Because think of the child support of of a system that spans galaxies.
Right?
You know what I mean? This
I'm
motherfucker's
poor.
like, I'm gonna go live in the fucking swamp. This bitch ain't getting shit.
I ain't got no paycheck. They can't garnish nothing.
She lives on a poor planet. I'm gonna be supporting both of them for the rest of my life. I survived for thousands of years. I'm good.
But my point was, is for a movie called Star Wars, there seemed to be a lot of geopolitical infighting than actual stars fighting. It makes matters worse when you realize that the Jedi are the true enemy of the story. The Jedi are trying to impose religious will upon the entire galaxy. They abduct babies, they seclude them away, and raise them devoid of emotion or relationships. And why, do you ask? All to fight in a holy war against the established order of things.
Jihad?
Speaking as someone who is staunchly against religion imposing its will upon the populace, I simply can't see the Jedi as the heroes of these stories. Sure, the Galactic Empire is spacefaring equivalent of Walmart and Amazon combined, but at least they aren't being driven by religious superiority, claiming theirs is the only one true way. It's driven by greed and hunger for power, you know, like every red-blooded American corporation.
America.
So, like I said, I don't actually hate Star Wars. I just...
Sounds like you do.
I had a few complaints.
It sounds like you do a little bit.
But I will still watch the content.
Yeah.
I will still enjoy the movies. I love the fact that the entire fan base was pissed off at the one movie. I think it was the last one. I don't remember if it was the last one or the middle one, if it was 8 or 9. But the entire fan base was just fucking furious at one of the most recent 3 movies.
Yeah, the Ghostbusters fan base was mad for that woke shit also, doing like the female leads and stuff. But it's not that...
Ghostbusters at least did it well.
It's not that it's a strong female lead, it's how you present a strong female lead. But I think that's the satire of the Ghostbusters part of it, was because they did exactly what Ghostbusters did with women, and made the same types of jokes that we would make against women.
And it was the 2016 one was terrible. Yeah, it was terrible. I do not enjoy it. The ghosts look too cartoony. It was almost like the real Ghostbusters in movie form. And I've stood by this. If they had just made one tweak to the story for the 2016 all-female Ghostbusters, I could have been okay with it.
Alternate timeline?
Yeah.
Yeah.
When they crossed the streams to fix the things that they had to fix in the second movie, when they to fight Vigo, and they crossed the streams, you know, because it was the second time they did it, they ripped a hole in time, or and whatnot, and the female Ghostbusters universe then became a thing. Cool, great, simple rewrite, makes it a little more believable. It would explain why they popped up as different characters throughout the movie, like some of the original cast.
Sure.
And I wouldn't hate it. But what they did is they tried to act like the first 2 movies, the original Ghostbusters, didn't fucking exist.
And it would add depth to the whole crossing the streams thing, too, because the only outcome of that was, there was an explosion.
Right. One thing I will say that I liked, I don't necessarily like the way they presented it, because it was too much of a rehash, but it was a reboot, so I understand.
Mm-hmm.
They at least introduced new characters.
Right.
That is my biggest complaint, honestly, with Afterlife, is I didn't need to see spoilers. Spoilers.
I think she's good.
Oh, no, she seen it with me.
Oh.
No, I was just spoilers.
For our listeners.
Yeah. I didn't need to see Zool again.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I didn't need to see the demon dogs again. You know, I wish they had done more with
Do we get to see Sigourney Weaver again? That's what I'm here for.
End credit scene.
Yeah?
Yeah.
I should watch it. My roommates bought it.
No, God damn it, I can't Shandor. I would have liked to see more with Shandor. He was like, they talked about him throughout most of the movie, and he was there for like a hot second, and then Zool was like, nah, you dead. But, that was my complaint, is I would like to see new bad guys, new ghosts, new creatures. That was one thing that the real Ghostbusters cartoon got right, is they started bringing forth new characters. They could on a cartoon show. I get that. It's a little easier.
Okay, so like on that topic, though, because the Star Wars, Ghostbusters, anything, they all have a fan base, you know. And that was my biggest thing with the Star Trek versus Star Wars. Star Wars is just a bunch of people occasionally fighting in space. Star Trek had depth. There was aliens in the background drinking at a bar. You know, it wasn't just like one little bar scene with some music playing.
Yeah.
You know, there was actual depth to, like, there are other races in the galaxy and other galaxies, and they interact differently as they would. You know, that's what I like about Star Trek, is there was other content. It had depth.
Yeah.
And in terms of, like, what's better, Star Trek or Star Wars? Star Trek, hands down, all day.
You know what? I have to agree. I do enjoy the Star of Wars.
And they have a big fan base also that are diehard. No, did you ever see episode 5, blah, 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 season?
Oh, I know. I was raised by 2 of them.
It exists.
I was raised by 2 of them. I have a love for Star Trek, but I got drugged to Star Trek conventions when I was a kid.
Yeah.
Because my parents wanted to go.
Hell yeah.
I somewhere, I don't know if I still have them or whatnot, but I had autographs from the guy that played Worf, Will Wheaton, and then the actress that played Deanna Troi.
That's awesome.
Yeah, I got taken to conventions when I was a kid.
Yeah, see, they were invested. They put money into this.
I was just like, these people are weird. But no, and I will say this one more thing before we have to go to our next break. With the Ghostbusters Afterlife, the one thing that I did like the most, it appears that they're trying to re-establish Winston's backstory.
Okay.
Originally, Winston was supposed to be played by Eddie Murphy, but Eddie Murphy backed out of the project, and when they brought in Ernie Hudson, they chopped Winston's backstory. Because they didn't feel Ernie Hudson could carry the weight of that character. They were wrong.
Oh, 100%.
But yeah, I originally Winston was supposed to be an ex-military person. I don't remember what branch of the military, but he was ex-military, and he was an engineer.
Yeah.
He was just as smart as the other 3 Ghostbusters who held doctorates, but he was smart in a different way. Originally, he was supposed to have helped Egon and Ray build the containment field. Because the engineer side of things. They knew the science, he knew how to build.
Make it work.
Right. They scrapped all that, and now Winston is just like an everyman who's looking for a paycheck.
Okay.
But with Afterlife, they seem to be trying to right that ship. And I don't want to tell you because you do have the opportunity to watch it yourself.
I've seen enough of it. Like, I've caught little bits and pieces because my roommates bought it.
Yeah.
You know, so I've seen.
So you know Winston does well for himself.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. He owns a huge company, and he has actually been paying the rent on Ray's Occult Bookstore and the old firehouse. Because at one point in the movie they say, well, it got turned into a coffee shop.
Yeah.
And the end credits is him and Janine talking, and then him standing in the old firehouse as Ecto-1 pulls in. Now, the thought process is that he's going to get the band back together in some fashion, whether he's going to run Ghostbusters as a business and start franchising it out and bringing in new Ghostbusters, or the guys get together or whatnot. But it ends on the containment unit in the old Ghostbusters, and the light starts blinking.
Okay.
And that's the last end credit scene.
I love it.
I really do think that they intend to do a 4th. I hope they do, and it looks like they intend to restore Winston.
Even if they don't intend to, you got to have an opening in case it's super successful.
All right, we're going to go to break. You're going to get music from Blow by Borna, Wild Street, and the Chinchillionaires. And when we come back, you're going to find out what you can't have more than 6 of in Texas. You're listening to the Cult of Odd on Tap Detroit, and we will be right back. All right, that's the show for you guys, but if you want more, you can always join our Patreon or just keep searching the channel here. You'll find something you'll like. We promise.